I'm always amazed when I see movies getting made. Like, I wonder, how did they make this? Why did they make this? That's a better question in regards to this one. And I also wonder, how do they get a DVD release of some of these sometimes, Did they self-release it, or is there an independent company that releases these things? It's very much an enigma, like the Shadow Falls DVD that I showed off in a previous video. We have here Demon. Demon is 2013, a 2013 film, and it feels like something that would go straight to Tubi. No, not even, no. Blue Call is a film that would go straight to Tubi. Demon has the quality of a web series from an amateur with a camcorder in 2002. They have this little camcorder, they have this little film editing app they got for free on Google or something, and they added a blue filter to a bunch of stuff for day for night sequences. I don't know, it's just so terrible. Demon, I've seen, and in regards to indie filmmaking, I applaud people who can make indie filmmakers. I've seen a bunch of B movies. I've seen a bunch of C movies. I've seen Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 1. The first one. Yeah, that one's a masterpiece compared to Demon. Yeah, it's a masterpiece. There are a bunch of Wild Eye releasing films. Wild Eye is this big company that releases a bunch of B movies and low-tier budget movies. There's one of them called Sheborg. Yeah, that's a better movie than this as well. The quality in this is so poor that I'm shocked that it even was... It passed somebody's... So did any... How do I explain this? Normally when you shoot a film, you don't really shoot it in order, right? You don't shoot all of the scenes in order. So, someone would go in and get all of the footage, they'd play it back, and they'd line it all up into a chronological order. They'd go into an editing software and put it into chronological order, all of the footage that they shot. Somebody had to watch all of the footage of Demon and think, yeah, that looks good, let's put it in there. But did they just play the scene back without sound, I wonder? I'm very curious, I really am, because this is fascinating to me, how movies like these get made. Sound is important. It helps you hear things. It helps you hear words when words are spoken, right? That's very important, to hear words when words are spoken. There are entire scenes shot in this film where people are talking and no sound is coming out of their mouth. No, it sounds like you're hearing it from underwater, even though the cameraman is standing right next to them. All you hear is the sound of wind and birds chirping in the background. You hear a bunch of natural sound, and naturally, I can understand that you probably not have the technological know-how to filter out that and isolate the dialogue and raise that dialogue up, because I don't even know how to do that half the time. I'm still learning how to use Audacity, which is a free sound editing thing. But hey, I think you could do it through Audacity even. But Audacity probably didn't exist in 2013, or maybe it did. It released in 2013, and this DVD was produced, distributed by Brain Damage Films. And when you look on the back of this DVD, you could just tell how Z budget it was. We have the Facebook account. We have the Twitter account. This is a zero money movie that fascinates me. The story is about an escaped experiment, a chupacabra, And I don't know why they called it demon. They could have just called it chupacabra. Maybe they didn't have the rights to the word chupacabra, though they say chupacabra a bunch of times in the film, so who knows? Who knows? But it's about an escaped social experiment. It's chupacabra out in the wilderness, and a bunch of people have to go find it. A bunch of local police from a small town have to get involved, and then the two feds get involved, and then another fed, another FBI agent lady, who's the main character right here. They all get involved, a bunch of bodies die, and then they eventually kill or shoot the chupacabra, and then the police lady and the sheriff man, who's the comic relief, they get to live, and they go home, and they have a great laugh at the end, and then the film ends. It's a story that is understandable. It's a story that you could follow, but I am fascinated how so much of this past editing, there are entire scenes that you can't hear any dialogue. People are moving their mouths. You could barely hear their words. You turn the volume up and it's so muffled, you just hear a bunch of wind blowing and birds chirping. Somebody had to play that back in a van somewhere, and with headphones on maybe, and they heard that and they said, that sounds fine. Let's put that in. Let's go ahead. No, I don't want to shoot that again, so let's go ahead and just leave that then. What's ADR? I don't know what that means. So let's just go ahead and let that through. Let's go ahead and here's the movie. It's ready to go. Here you go. I hate to say this, but Shadow Falls was shot better than this. A web series was shot better than this. I've seen Len Kabasinski and Neil Breen films shot and sounding better than this. This is Demon. Skip it if you want, or watch it. It's on Fandango if you're curious.